Hey guys, so today's video is slightly different because I'm not wearing makeup, but I also look really sweaty, and it's because I am. You would be correct in saying that. Yes, I've actually taken like 4 showers today and they're all just like freezing cold. Why? Because the UK, speak on it Phoebes, the UK is currently having a heat wave. It's great actually. It is like 30 to 35 degrees every day. And I know there are going to be people in hot countries being like, oh my god, it's like 50 degrees here. But I'm talking Celsius because I know some of you guys work in Fahrenheit. That's a choice. Grow up and use Celsius because I don't understand Fahrenheit and I'm not going to. I refuse to learn Fahrenheit. I don't care. I don't care. If you tell me 100 degrees, means nothing to me. Anyway, I know there are going to be people in hot countries that are like 35 degrees is like nothing. That is literally like middle of the night hit. Great. But if you've never experienced UK heat, I don't want you to speak on it because it is unlike anything I've experienced in my life. It is awful. It feels like you're being microwaved alive. I sweat from the moment my eyes open and through just 24/7. So I'm always sweating actually. And I already have like overactive sweat glands, TMI. So I'm just going for it, you know, just sweating. At this point, I'm not even trying to stop it. I used to get Botox in my armpits because profuse sweating. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna write it out. I'll see how long that lasts. Maybe next time you see me, I'll get Botox in my armpits. Anyway, just a heat wave. So I'm not wearing makeup today because I've been trying. This heat wave has been going on for like a month, but I was moving house, so I wasn't really filming videos, and therefore I wasn't wearing makeup, so it wasn't really affecting me. And then I got back into a routine of like filming videos, and I kept on putting on my makeup, and like, yeah, I can make it stick, but it also feels like I'm wearing like a mask on top of my face that just makes my face sweat more. And then I can't touch my face, and I can't wipe it, and I can't clean it, and it feels like I'm just like trapping sweat on my skin. Now that you guys have me complain for 2 minutes, welcome to today's video. We're talking about Addison Rae today. That's it. That was my new introduction. Anyway, social media will be in the description, along with my beauty channel, my book channel, and my podcast that I've been doing for a while now. There's 17 episodes. 17th episode actually came out yesterday, so that'll be all in the description. Also, was there an also? Like and comment, because apparently YouTube is now changing everything up again. We're not doing watch time this time. Now we're doing viewer satisfaction. So if you're satisfied with today's video, like and comment so that it gets pushed out and recommended, because lately my videos have not been pushed out into recommended. It's just you subscribers, which I appreciate very greatly. Please continue watching if you're a subscriber, but also if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Anyway, so let's talk about Addison Rae. Now, if you're somehow who lived under the rock, if you laughed at me, stop. If you're someone who lives under a rock and you don't know who Addison Rae is a huge TikToker. She's like in the top 10 always. That list keeps on changing, but she's in the top 10 always, or maybe top 20. She's huge, she's massive. She did a podcast, one with a friend, one with her mum. She does TikTok. She now sells dolls to kids. Good for her. I've always wanted to be a doll. That was a sentence I never thought I'd say. She's got Item Beauty and Ulta right now, which is a makeup brand. And as much as like the first reviews I saw were pretty lukewarm, now I'm starting to see some hype for it with like the lip oils and like all of that stuff. Apparently it's doing quite well. So good for her. Anyway, she's super successful, super rich. She was on the like top earning list of TikTokers last year. I think they said she made like 5 million. I'm saying whenever a company or a magazine or something says this is how much a YouTuber made, multiply it by like 4, because magazines have no fucking clue how much YouTubers make. Zero clue, zero idea. They go on Social Blade and they see the thingy and they're like, oh, it must be one of those numbers, and they don't factor in CPM, and they don't factor in the Social Blade as default shows 25 cent to $1 CPM, which is like hot garbage CPM. That is like, you're literally so controversial that YouTube's like, we're bordering on demonetizing you. So like, just all of that put together, I feel like whenever a mainstream source of news says this is how much a YouTuber made, multiply by like 4 easily. So I'm saying she made way more money than that. She had a Spotify podcast deal. She had a YouTube channel. She still has it, but she doesn't really post on it. TikTok, brand deals, Item Beauty. In Ulta, people that don't know who Addison Rae is are gonna walk into Ulta and see a lip gloss and buy it. That's like the power behind putting that kind of a brand in like a fully established store. Now she doesn't have to push it. You don't have to go on her website. You can just walk into Ulta and be like, oh, that looks quite good, and then buy it. And considering Rihanna just became a billionaire from Fenty Beauty and not music, which was what she originally did, like there's so much power behind makeup still. Like even though I thought beauty was dying, like there's just so much power behind beauty. Anyway, let's get onto the topic. Addison Rae has a mum and a dad. Mum called Sherry, dad called Monty, and there's been problems. She also has 2 brothers, but we don't really talk about them right now because they're not really important to the story. Let's focus on the story. So Dad Monty got caught cheating. Now that wouldn't be a problem in itself because I don't really know the dynamics of the family, and apparently they were like about to divorce a few years back, and then they actually ended up staying together for the sake of the younger brother, and they had stayed together, and now they were like happy apparently. But like I don't know what happened since then, and there are now some people out and about in Hollywood saying that they were going to get divorced again. Well, they didn't actually get divorced the first time, but like they were attempting to divorce again. So like I don't really, until I hear from Sherry's mouth that she was being cheated on, I'm gonna assume that maybe we're doing like an open relationship thing. I don't mind. You know what? It's not my business. It is not my business to say what he was and wasn't doing with this other woman. But I will now make it my business actually to tell you guys what he was and wasn't doing with this other woman. Because it's actually really interesting. So alleged, they were gonna get divorced. They got back together for the sake of the younger child. Addison Rae then blows up on TikTok. Yep, we know the story. They then moved from Connecticut, I believe, to LA to pursue Addison's career. And Monty had actually released this video. I'm gonna try to find it for you guys, where he was just like saying how happy he was for Addison for, you know, her blowing up with her career, and how like happy he is to be moving to LA. So that was that. On that, they seemed like a really happy family. They were like this like all-American, like, I don't actually know what that means because I'm not American, so I don't actually know what all-American means, but they just seemed like an American family that you see on TV. Like as a European watching American TV shows and movies, I was like, yeah, Addison Rae's family looks like one of those families in the movies. So they just look like an American family. They looked happy, you know, 3 kids, 2 parents. They looked really happy. 3 kids, parents, the vibe, whatever. They moved from Connecticut to LA to pursue this girl's dream. Amazing. Sounds like a wonderful little story. Wonderful little story. Except the father is messing up behind the scenes. Now, he got caught cheating with 3 different women, and cheating, I don't know if he was cheating because I don't know if Sherry actually wanted to be with him at that point in time. Maybe they had been in the process of splitting up, so I'm just going to call it cheating for the sake of the explanation. So he was caught cheating with 3 different women. It was a FaceTime call. I'm gonna play for you guys now.
Yeah, you know.
I'm a screenshot you.
No, you can't. What?
I wanted to screenshot you because I can't go.
There was a woman in a club, and by woman I mean someone who looks younger than Addison. I'm sure it was all legal, consensual, not calling him a criminal. I'm just saying face-wise, she looks younger than Addison. So she could be around the same age of Addison, maybe plus minus 1 or 2 years. And she says, oh my God, Addison Rae's dad is trying to hit on me, to her friends, to the camera, and then her friends film her as he's like lower back touching her, you know? I'm sure it was all consensual. I'm not calling him a criminal unless the allegation is made. And then there is the deeper one, which is Renee, a 25-year-old he promised the world. And I'm gonna talk about that for a minute. There were messages where he promises her money that isn't his, right? So I'm gonna tell you guys about that because that's pretty interesting. I'm gonna get out, I'm on my laptop, but all the receipts are on my iPad. I'm having to do double screening right now. So there are messages where he says, it's about to get really weird. And she says, how so? He says, but we are gonna write you in. This will not make sense in the beginning. Now people have mentioned this already. When you look at these messages, the way they're formatted, makes it look like she's deleting her parts of the conversation for the screenshot to make herself look better. She really has nothing to win or lose here. She's the homewrecker, but he owed his family the loyalty. So in reality, like, I'm not really gonna focus on her wrongdoing. I'm gonna focus on his wrongdoing because that wrongdoing is the one that counts in this story. But anyway, she deleted, allegedly, I think she deleted some of her messages in between because 1, the conversation doesn't really flow, doesn't really make sense, but 2, the way the messages are formatted, there's gaps where there should be conversation, whereas the ones that are like sent all in one go are all like closer together. Does that make sense? If you have an iPhone, you know what I'm talking about. He says, but we're gonna write you in. This will not make sense in the beginning. What is your favorite brands? Also, grammatically, not doing it. Do not do anything dramatic or quit your job. If you get paparazzi'd, play stupid. Okay? He says, the longer we hold back, the bigger the checks. And this is where I'm thinking he's evil. He's an evil man. Because how can you? Cheating is one thing. Having an affair is one thing. Moving on from your wife to another woman is one thing. To then, after 6 months of dating this woman, be willing to borderline scam your child to give this woman a good lifestyle, aka private jets and designer handbags, is so evil. Like, it is just the fact that he's picking cheating and this random woman over his daughter is blowing my mind. Just the exploitation of his child to impress a woman that is only with him for the clout. Please be the queen of my empire. Monty's empire. Right, so Monty is releasing Item Beauty, and Monty is an alter, and Monty is one of the most followed TikTokers on TikTok, and Monty is famous, and Monty has a podcast, and Monty has a YouTube channel, and Monty was the one that got everyone to move from Connecticut to LA for his career. No, it was Addison Rae. So if it's anyone's fucking empire, it's Addison Rae's. I can't believe we're getting this heated over some family drama that doesn't even involve me. But I just think this is so, I can't even find the word, it's on the tip of my tongue. If you think of any good adjectives for like evil, let me know. We're talking jet money. No, we're talking, he says we're talking jet money. No, we're talking about Addison Rae's money. And Addison Rae can get herself a jet, but that is Addison Rae's money first and foremost. I love you. And this was posted by his mistress, Renee. Then there's this, she posted this picture of them kissing, another one of them kissing, and she says, cannot believe the actions made by this person, thoroughly embarrassed. I was gonna say the meme embarrassed, but embarrassed. He also sends her this like picture of him in a vest, and he's like, I hope it's brightened today. Then she says 5 months wasted. There are two sides to every story. When I'm ready to discuss the situation, I will be happy to share my side. Kindly stop sending me TikToks of Monty. So after all of this hits the internet, everyone goes crazy because this is wild and everyone just feels very bad for Addison. But Sherry posts this, personal matters being brought public are always challenging and overwhelming. For anyone involved, I'll be okay. My biggest concern is and always will be my children and their fragile hearts and minds. I will always do my best to try and protect them. My goal is to make sure that they feel secure and safe and know that everything will be okay. Thank you for all the love, support and kind messages. It means the world to me. While all of this was happening, Addison wasn't putting out a statement, but what Addison and Sherry both did was unfollow Monty, and that was a statement in itself. Renee then posted this, appreciate those of you who have been supportive and understanding, you know, picture of her and thingy. Now, people started speaking out, and I want to talk about that because it's very interesting how kind of everyone knew that no one was really talking. He also posted this on his TikTok being like, am I the drama?
Is it me? Am I the drama? I don't think I'm the drama. Maybe I am. Am I the villain? I don't think.
And it's just the most childish, embarrassing, humiliating, exploitative, clout chasing piece of content I have seen in a while, in my opinion. There are a few people that spoke out. For example, Alyssa McKay, who's another TikToker, posted a reply to a TikTok saying, when I saw him at VidCon, he was wildin', which VidCon just happened now. Also, I don't know if you guys remember, but Tana Mojo had a podcast called Cancelled, which obviously got cancelled. And in one of those podcast episodes, she was talking about a father of a very famous TikToker who just likes to do drugs at parties and get with girls. And she was like, you know, they make this look like they're just this great family, but he's behind the scenes just like throwing it around. And everyone was guessing in the comments, you know, is it Charli D'Amelio's father? Is it this? Is it that? Is it Addison Rae's? And she never confirmed it. Now it got confirmed that it was Monty, Addison Rae's father. And now looking back on it, there's this video of Tana Mojo and a few people being paparazzi'd outside of like a club, and he comes up to her and is like desperately trying to get pictures taken with her and like just being really weird. And like looking back on it, concerning. And then she actually recently went on Jeff Wittick's podcast called Jeff FM, and she actually talked about the whole thing, and she basically said, yes, it was Monty all along that I was talking about. She talks about how he'll go to these events without Addison because a lot of parents in LA will take part in their child thing, maybe when that child is like below the age of like 20. So for example, Charli D'Amelio's parents go to a bunch of events with her, mainly because she was a minor for a bit. Like she started kind of TikTok when she was about 15, so for about 3 years they were just following her around, like they would just chaperone her like outings because they didn't want to stunt her like networking, but this didn't want to send this like 15-year-old to like a club, so they would just go with her and like make sure that she gets to meet important people in the industry but without the messiness. And now like they still kind of tag along for a lot of things because I'm assuming they work kind of like managers, like they are just there to support their daughter in endeavors. But the way that he goes about things allegedly in LA is very different. He'll go to events without Addison, he'll go to NFT events and clubs, and Tana Mojo claims it's because he just wants to do drugs and sleep with girls. But yeah, that's what she said on the podcast. She actually also believes this is the tip of the iceberg and that more will come out, and that some legal action might be pursued. Now I'm wondering if Addison Rae will pursue legal action just purely for the fact that he basically admitted that he was going to, I guess, take money from her and give it to his mistress. Like, was that the implication of his text messages? I don't know. Tan also mentioned how the girls did look younger than Addison sometimes, which is concerning for Addison herself, and talks about obviously the messages to the mistress about how he was basically just saying that he's going to take Addison's money and like buy her stuff. Concerning. Then we have Sherry changed like her bio and it says single mom now. His one still says husband, but anyway. The mistress also posted this saying, to those who are understanding of the situation, I actually comprehend the truth of my statement. I'm sorry I can't get to you all to thank you. There's too much hate in my DMs. I find this hate because it looks like she's trying to clout chase up the situation, but I don't know. Monty Lopez also posted a page 6 thing on his Instagram story about him and his mistress. Good for you, Monty. I hope it was worth losing your family. Addison Rae also posted this pottery TikTok where she was basically at this pottery class, and all the comments just feel really bad for her, you know, just saying I feel so sad for her, to be honest. She just deserves a break for a while. Sorry about your dad, you did so good, you deserve better. You know, everyone's just feeling a bit sad and bad. I feel really sad and bad for her. Anyway, I think that's all we have for today. Is this, controversial take, is this the worst, one of the worst parents on the internet? Obviously, we're skipping past the like Daddy 05, if you remember that situation. 8 passengers. Oh my god, who are the people that adopted a child and then gave them away? I can't remember their name. We'll put them up on the screen. Of course, skipping all the like criminal activity and all of that stuff. Is this like one of the most like disgusting parents of a child superstar? Because I think so. Anyway, that'll be it from me today. Subscribe to the bell, like, comment for engagement. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.